When you get a chance, hold on deck. Habakkuk 2.
Okay. It says, but he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort.
And that's what we're doing. Hold up. Edification and what?
Exhortation.
Exhortation and what?
And comfort.
And comfort. We're comforting you.
I love doing this, man.
Twinkie boy ain't comforting you, man. Little Debbie's 3 is not comforting your ass, man. I'm talking about Tazadakia. Okay? Susie, the Susie Q man. He ain't comforting you, man. Ain't nobody watching that dude, man. Hey, the Most High is making this thing live and direct, coming from GMS, Great Millstone. And then you got them other groups that are doing some things, you know? And you got the Black Conscience dude. You know, them guys. Hey, I watch them guys all the time, man. You know, just to get a good laugh. Hey, but sometimes they be getting down, too. They just don't know the truth. And like Red Pill did a thing, I forget the exact title, on Digitize something. And he got down, man. He went in, you know. And he was going into like entrepreneurship and startup businesses. He was going in, man, you know. Hey, but the thing is, they don't teach you that they're Israel. You see? They don't teach you that they're Israel. Going back to Farrakhan, right? You know, Farrakhan basically, that Million Man March 20 years later, he had Gadites speaking. He had Simeon. You got Simeonites that are down with Islam, man. You got Levites that represent the nation of Islam. He spoke about the people of Ghana. He spoke, the people that were there were Israelites, man. It wasn't African from the Sudan. Those were Israelites. They were Judites, Benjaminites, Simeonites. You know they had to be some Ephraimites. They had some Levites. And I mentioned Benjamin. And he mentioned something. Oh, he had Gad. I believe he had a Gadite up there teaching, man. Or as a speaker. And he was speaking about that in general, about a gathering. And basically, he did gather them together. He gathered the majority of the tribes together, but there were no breath in them. So they all gathered. They know that they know that they have a common enemy. That's this so-called, that's Esau, the Edomites. But he's not telling you who you are. He'll come up, all his ministers up under him. They'll come up and they'll praise Elijah Muhammad and Farad Muhammad, which that dude is a white man. All right, the Arabs the Middle Eastern Arabs, Ishmaelites over there, they don't acknowledge that guy. They say they say he's Allah pretty much, and they say that Elijah Muhammad, Richard Pooh, is the Mahdi, or the other way around. All right, but then every time Farrakhan speaks, he quotes nothing but he'll do the assalamu greetings and assalamu alaikum, blah 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 blah. But then he'll quote things, and it's directly out of the Bible. You know, nothing out of the Quran, or very little out of the Quran. All the statements, even these guys in the black community, they'll make certain statements, and they're biblical statements, and they don't even realize they're quoting the Bible.
It says, he that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church. I would that you all spake with tongues, but rather that you prophesied.
Yeah, spoke Latin, Greek,
right.
Hebrew.
Yep, they spoke them different languages. Yeah, you know, he said, I would that you all spake with tongues, but rather that you prophesied. In other words, be able to break it down. You know?
What scripture is it?
This is 1 Corinthians 14:5. It says, but rather that you prophesied, for greater is he that prophesieth than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret, that the church may receive edifying. Because that's what at the end of the day, what it's about. It's about edification.
I got a precept for you. Romans, the book of Romans 12, beginning at 6. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. I'll read that again. It says, having then gifts differing, because we all have gifts in this thing of ours, according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, which that shows you the teaching of prophecy is a gift. Whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. Right? Or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, and he that teacheth on teaching. So these are all gifts. Ministering means serving. All right? It's like a brother that's, he might just be brought in just to serve other brothers.
Well, we're ministers because
And
we're
we're
serving
ministers.
people with the knowledge,
With
the
knowledge
information.
too. Yeah. And then you got certain brothers the Lord bring in to help other brothers. Like,
The scriptures tell you. Help.
yeah, helps.
Get the scripture on that.
Yeah, as a fact, you got it? Okay.
Ephesians 4 and 11, right? And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and some teachers. God, the different gifts, the different offices, man. Right? You can read on. For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Yahushua. Now, who's the body of Yahushua? The elect. The elect. Right? Till we all come in the unity of the faith and the knowledge of the Son of the Most High unto a perfect man. That's in the kingdom, man. When the Lord deliver the elect and they get them bodies and achieve the deliverance, that's when we're going to be the perfect man, pursuant to Ezekiel. I should take away the stony heart and give you the heart of flesh. That's when the Most High going to take basically all them demons that we're plagued with on this side that we got to deal with. The main demon being the demon that caused you to go off. Like, matter of fact, Apostle Tahar said this years ago. He said basically the Most High, it's a demon that causes us to go off, that the Most High put on Israel to make them go off so that the prophecies could be fulfilled. The Most High going to take that demon off us, man. Right? Unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Yahushua. Now you see that, right? Now when we read up, it tells you different offices, man. Now that again goes into what we were talking about. For you brothers in GMS, man. Look, I'm going to tell you straight. It might hurt some of y'all feelings. Not all of you guys are prophets, okay? Not all you guys are prophets. Like I said, man, you got everybody want to come and be the new superstar, like Apostle Tahar said, and we've been talking about this for the longest time. You want to be the next guy to come with a deep revelation. Why? For vain damn glory, man.
Well, you just read, wait on your ministry.
Gun.
You got to find out what your ministry is. Maybe you a helper.
Gun.
Hey, maybe you a type of dude that know how to get money. You know? You know how to get money, man. You know, maybe you know this technical thing, you know, dealing with computers and stuff, which I'm getting into that, man. You know, I learned, it took us a number of years, and we built up and we do shows and that, and all the different Israelite groups and the black conscience groups, they're all getting that technical shit now. You know, they got the presentations, man. You know, you got the intros and the outros and the music and the different cuts and scenes and all that. And so we had to learn that, man. You know, now you're gonna have guys that are masters in that, man. And I'm trying to master that, man. I'm getting good at it. You know, I mean, I know if I apply myself, I can. Hey, what Esau does, we can do, but it does take some time, you know. But you got guys that have a knack for that, man. So some of you guys are set up to do great productions utilizing the Urim and the Thummim. Okay? That's your gift. Some guys know how to get that money, you know? You know, some guys, you got different gifts, man. You got different gifts. Like I was thinking all day before these cats came up in here, up in the studio, I was thinking, man, you got these different Israelite groups, and they all have these different programs, outside of the scriptures. So I was, you know how you think, how you gonna say something to the people and shit. My thing is this: if you expecting us to have T-shirts with GMS on it, you ain't gonna get that, man. You ain't gonna get no music. You ain't gonna get no music videos. You ain't gonna get no hip hop videos. All right. Say again. Yeah, you ain't gonna get no color coordination. You're not gonna get a whole lot of curriculum bullshit. All right. What you're going to get from us is the pure truth. We go into these scriptures, and that's all we got to do, man. Hey, the scriptures never told us to open up schools all over the place, get buildings and rent buildings and paint the buildings and all that. I mean, if you get that, you get it, man. And it might be eventually we may open up a studio with everything all in it, man. You know, because we're getting to that point, man. You know, Alex Jones style. You know, as soon as we can afford that big ass TV he got,